All right. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead and start. Sorry.
No worries.
Mhm.
We're live. All right. I can do number one.
Okay.
Which of the following are residents of rich countries likely to have in greater quantities or better quality than residents of poor countries? All of the above, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Same.
Yep. Okay. I'll do the second one. During the past century, the average growth rate of U.S. real GDP per person implies that it doubled on average about every 35 years. I think that was just in the book. So,
Yeah. I got
No,
30 here.
that was just in the book. Okay.
Cool.
I can do the third one. The average income in rich in rich countries such as the United States or Japan is more than, I got C, 10 times, but less than 20 times the average income in poor countries such as Indonesia and Nigeria.
Same.
I got C.
Okay. How did you guys do that one? Because I got B, but I was still confused.
It talked about in the book. It said that it's not above 20 times. Uh, shoot, I didn't write down what page it was on.
And they,
It just what it said in the book was that it's the average it just said that it is 10 times. So that's why I picked C because it was like it is 10 times but less than 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is what I did.
Sounds good to me. I did get C too. So.
Gotcha.
All right.
It's one of those
Question
ones we may have to mark and then like do it at the end and be like, oh wow, then.
All right. Question 4 says, which of the following correctly ranks the three countries from highest to lowest for percentage of high school age children in school? And I got C for United Kingdom, Mexico, and then Mali.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Number 5. Right? That's what we're on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 5, countries that grew the fastest over the last 100 or so years had average growth rates of real income per person of about C 2.5%.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll do 6. I'm just not gonna read the whole thing. But what was the growth rate of real GDP per person during the year? And I got 2% because I was like 1.9 something percent is what I calculated. But
Yeah, I got 2% also, but I wasn't sure on the formula. Do you remember how you did it?
So what I did is because I don't think it gave us like a specific formula. So what I did is I took the GDP per person for the first year and the second year. So I just did like 56 billion divided by 2.2 million, which is 255,000. And then I did the same thing for the second year, which was 255,000 and then 250,000. And so then I just used the the change over per year. So I just took the current GDP per person subtracted by the previous year per person and divided by the previous year per person, which got it was like 1.9 something percent, which I rounded to 2%. Is how I did
Exactly.
that may not be the correct way, but that's what I did.
That's what I did too. I don't know if it's
Okay.
right, but that's what I did as well.
Okay.
Uh,
But I don't think they had a formula. Like I didn't see one. I just used like the general like the change in rate from a previous year formula that we've used previously.
So you just did the 2.2 million divided by 561 billion.
So I did 500, so because it's per person. So I did 561 billion divided by 2.2 million.
Okay,
Like
divided.
how much did each person get? Which resulted in 255,000 for the first year and 250,000 for the second year. So $5,000 difference. So I did 5,000 divided by 250,000, which is 1.9.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
But yeah. But the problem I had with it though, when I got confused,
Uh-huh.
is that if we do it like that, I feel like no, you're good. We're good. Because it's already the real GDP. I mean, I did the same thing. I had 2%, but I was wondering if I had to divide 560 by 2. But it's already
Oh, okay.
560 was the real GDP, so we're good. I think we're good.
Cool.
I thought it was nominal GDP, but we can. Anyways, I'll read the 7. We share the following would by itself reveal the most about a country's standards of living. I picked deep productivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
That's what I got.
Okay.
All right. For 8, the notion that our ability to conserve natural resources is growing more rapidly than their supplies are dwindling is supported by the fact that I put C, that inflation adjusted prices of most natural resources have been stable or falling.
That's what I got.
That's what I got too.
All right, number 9. If an inexpensive alternative to oil were found, the price of oil adjusted for inflation, I picked A, would decline as the alternative would reduce the demand for oil. All right.
That's what I put. Yeah, I put that.
Okay, great. Yeah. Perfect. Is it back to me? Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Okay. Assuming constraint returns to scale, which of the following is higher in country A? And I didn't fully understand this, but I think it's just like if they all increased, then then everything else increased. So I put A that it increased both because they're twice as high as both.
That's what I chose too. I
Is
don't
that what you got? Okay. Cool. I'm glad that.
Okay, so 11. Which of the following would increase productivity? I pick all of the above.
That's what I got.
I did too.
Okay.
All right, for 12, it says if the number of workers in an economy doubled, all other inputs stayed the same, and there were constant returns to scale, productivity would. I kind of guessed on this one. I put B, fall, but it'd be greater than 1/2 of its former value.
I was confused. I got A, but I guessed so.
Yeah, I thought it was either A or B, and I honestly couldn't find in the book like exactly how to do the constant returns and everything. So
Let me see if I can Google it really quick because I didn't get that one either. Is it bad that we can Google things and we can find it? I don't think so because it's open book, so that
Yeah.
means Google is allowed. If the number of workers in the economy will its productivity fall to half its former value. Let's see. I'm assuming.
I think my thought process on it was so just in the first part it says if the number of workers in an economy doubled, that would generally by doubling it you would increase the value. or more than 1/2, even though like the productivity falls because not everything else increases also. So I just guessed that by doubling it, you would have a higher value instead of a
Yeah.
lower one. And I think that's why I put B instead of A, but I wasn't sure. So
Okay, let me see. Ooh. Okay. Well, Google is very technical. I mean, let's see if I can find a different article. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah. So far, Google says it's between A and B.
Mhm.
So
wonderful.
that's helpful. See.
All right. Well, maybe
Yeah,
we can.
we can keep going, and I'll keep looking for this one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Whose turn was it?
I think it's yours, Michael.
Okay. Workland has a population of 10,000, of whom 7,000 work 8 hours a day to produce a total of 224,000 final goods. Laborland has a population of 5,000, of whom 3,000 work 7 hours a day to produce a total of 105,000 final goods. I got A. I was guessing.
So what did you get for that?
A.
A.
But I don't know.
I
Okay.
put C.
Because is the productivity the final products?
Is
So
it the final products or the? Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. What does the textbook say?
No, the final product is GDP. So that's why it's higher than Laborland. But
okay.
productivity has to do with like that formula in the book where it's like L times K times H times N, whatever it is. And they, when you just look at it, they had 5,000 workers. So they had half of Worklands they had, and they put out with a 7-hour day, also a little less than half.
Yeah, so it would be so
Yeah, you're right.
so do they have a higher productivity then?
Workland has a lower than Laborland, but they have a higher
Productivity.
GDP. Yeah, they have a
Distributed
higher
GDP. Okay.
GDP than Laborland.
That makes sense because like Laborland is working harder and they're producing more per person,
Exactly.
right?
They're
Okay. But they're producing
3,000.
overall less because they
Yeah.
don't have enough people. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So C.
Uh-huh. Oh. Oh, I think the next one's probably me.
Yeah.
Okay. So other things equal relatively poor countries tend to grow. And I'm guessing this is in the book, and I didn't even get to like reading this question. Yeah, but I feel like it would grow slower, and I feel like it's probably called the poverty trap because that's just going off my guess. Is that what you guys got? You guys get A?
In the
Or is
book,
it
it says it's C in the book. It's the catch-up effect. So since rich countries are already developed, they grow slower, but poor countries have a lot more room, especially when they induce swing trade. So it's called the
You
catch-up
found
effect.
that in the book.
Okay.
Where did I find it? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. I had it here. It's towards the back.
Oh, diminishing returns and the catch-up effect. So 12, 3B.
12.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, it says it is easier for a country to grow fast if it starts out relatively poor. Initial
Okay.
conditions on subsequent growth is called the catch-up effect.
Okay, sounds good.
So it's C.
Yep.
Okay. All right. This one.
Okay.
If 15, yeah. So 15, if the
Yep.
best educated and most skilled person leave a country, then in the short term, this country's human capital per worker, I put D will decrease.
I did too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. If you guys want, really quick, I have number 12 that I
Mm-hmm.
found.
Okay.
So it says that like it would fall, but by less than half. So it would be B.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I know why? No, but that's what it says on the internet so far. I can keep looking for the why, but that's where we're at.
Cool.
All right. So 16 says in the U.S., each additional year of schooling has historically raised a person's wage on average by about, and I put D,
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah, that's what I got as well.
Yeah, that's in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Other things, the same. If a country raises its saving rate when is growth of real GDP per person higher? I didn't get to this one.
Okay.
I finished at 16 and I quit.
No, you're good. Okay, let's see.
I think it's B. I think it's in like one of the last sections of the book, and it just talks about during the process it's higher, but then like everything almost reaches 2% each year, so it kind of like caps off at 2% ish, and so the long run it stays the same, but during the process it always increases. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So B.
So you said B, right?
Yeah, I think it's B.
B as in boy.
Is 18 me?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose that there are diminishing returns to capital. Suppose also that two countries are the same, except one has more capital per worker, and so it has more real GDP per worker than the other. Finally, suppose that the savings rate in both countries increases from 4% to 7%. Over the next 10 years, we would expect that, and I didn't have this one, so I'm looking at it, and so because would the one that started with more capital grow faster? Is that what you guys got?
It might be the one with less
I got
capital.
this one.
I think it goes back to the theory that
The
a
same
poor
question.
country grows faster than an already developed rich country. They just have more room to grow.
Yeah.
I believe that's what it is.
Okay. Perfect.
So B.
Yeah.
B, boy.
19. Which of the following public policy would be least likely to result in more rapid economic growth for a poor or developing country? I had D.
Same.
Inward. It's kind of weird. All my answers been D.
So D, how did you get that one? Is that one in the textbook?
It is. It's in the. Let me see if I can. It'll probably take me forever to find it. 'Cause I did that yesterday, but it's in the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it talks about how there's a 20% increase in coastal areas, and then I remember for C, well, C is kind of what we've been talking about every single chapter. When a country opens to trade, it benefits itself
Right.
if it's small. And so, and then B, I remember them talking about property. And so an inward oriented is just like inside their own policies, which doesn't really help if you change that. You kind of have to look for outward help and promotions, I guess you could say.
Oh, okay. All right. Who was 20?
Oh, that's me. It says economists differ in their views of the role of the government in promoting economic growth. At the very least, the government should, I put A, lend support to the invisible hand by maintaining property rights and stability.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. I'll read what we have, and then I'll take the bullet. Let's see. So for 1, we all had D, all of the above. For 2, we had 35 years. 3, we had 10 times, but less than 20, which is C. And then 4, we had C, United Kingdom, Mexico, and Mali. 5, we had C, 2.5%. 6, we had 2%. Answer D. 7, we had D, productivity. 8, we had C, inflation adjusted price. And then 9, we had A. 10, we had A, both output per worker and productivity. 11, we had all of the above. 12, we have B as in boy. And then 13, we have C. 14, C. 15, D as in dog will decrease. 16, D as in dog, 10%. 17, B as in boy. 18, B as in boy. 19, D as in dog. 20, A as in alpha.
Sounds good.
Let's see what we have. Submit. (19/20). So we
That's
have one
pretty
wrong.
good.
That's solid.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah, we're like, okay.
I want to choose another one and get one wrong.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so Michael, are you good to submit the video and everything then?
Yeah, when I stop the broadcast, do I just use the same link as we?
So it should, because you did it through YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So you should be able to go into YouTube and then like it should like on the other page that you started it from, it should be like completed videos. And you go in there and you should be able to see it and then click on it and it'll take it to like the recording, just like you're watching a YouTube video.
Okay.
And then you just copy and paste like that link.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So Taylor, Jerlyn, and Beth are here. All right. Sounds good.
Thanks,
Okay.
Michael.
Thanks. No problem.
Thanks, Michael.
See you
Good
guys
night,
later.
guys.
Take it easy.